Alright everybody, welcome back to part 10 of Dragon Quest VIII, Unit of the Cursed King, and in today's episode we're gonna head out for more chests, more treasure chests, and we also got the alchemy pot to tend to. And I think this is our special medicine, indeed, so once again, gonna trade this in to Dodgy Dave, once we get to Pickham Town, and you know what? Just for good measure, I'm gonna keep making some more strong medicinal herbs because we're gonna need them. I want to have at least like 5 or 6 of them for Jessica, maybe. More than that won't be necessary. So, yeah. Although you don't have to make them, like if you don't feel like, like if you're playing along here, but they will come in handy for an upcoming boss fight once again. So, I would suggest you make them. It's not too much of an inconvenience anyway, so. And, yeah. So, here now in this episode, we're gonna pick up 3 chests, an agility seed, a chest containing some gold, and there's also gonna be a chest containing a seed of defense, all here in the Ascantha region, and that's it. There are 3 more chests that linger around here, but we cannot open them yet. We need a better key than the Thieves' Key, so yeah, we'll come back for those chests in the future. And Angelo learns Kabuff, that is very nice, and hopefully gets +5 attack now. Nope, he doesn't. We need more points into the sword tree there. That is unfortunate. But yeah, as I said in the last episode there, we're gonna head on up there to the, well, is it a meadow of forest up there? Up against the river? Yeah, I'll just point there with the little pointer thingy where I'm going. That's where we have the Seed of Agility, and there is also gonna be a unique monster up here. A little archer guy, I forget his name, but he's gonna give us a copper monster coin, so it's important that we pick him up. And here, I have a strategy I wanna show off here for these guys. The fat bats here, actually, you know, they have a nice drop here, a common drop. They can drop a Wing of Bat, and Wing of Bats you will use later on in the game for various recipes, so they are nice to farm at least one Wing of Bat from, but you will probably just get one by playing the game casually, you know. They have a 6.25% chance of dropping, so anyways, here's the deal. The Fat Bats, I think they hit for about 20 damage at this point, and I also think they can cast the Snooze spell. I'm 99% sure on that, so what I like to do, well, whenever I fight this is, whoops, not onto it. We're gonna go here. Let's cast the Thin Air. Well, normally I don't have the Thin Air, so maybe we don't need to do this now, but here's what I typically do. I like to cast Snooze on them with Jessica and Angelo. As you remember, I learned Dazzle. Typically this is what I do against them whilst you're weak and you're new in this area. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. They can use some really nasty spells. So, it's a good idea. Okay, well, that was not nearly as much damage as I thought it would cost, but what I like to do is both dazzle them and use the Snooze spell on them, just to make them more docile, especially if you're out at night and, like, you might face 6 or more of them in total, like, at once, which is really nasty, so it is a good idea to see them. However, once again, though, I gotta say, the Thin Air ability, like, it deals so much damage that it really isn't necessary to crowd control them. Huh. Oh, well, there you go, a Wing of Bat. So, as I said before, Wing of Bats are fairly common items. So, yeah, you probably don't need to grind for them. You're gonna have enough of them by just playing the game. Many enemies drop them and they always have pretty good odds. And here, these guys, however, can drop Iron Nails. And they have a 6.25% chance of dropping Iron Nails, so that is very nice. So I would not have anything against actually grinding the Clockwork Cuckoos here, because remember, we gotta forge another Reinforced Boomerang, and in order to do so, we're gonna need to get another Iron Nail there, so yeah. I'm not sure, or well, rather I don't remember where you can loot, you know, another Iron Nail just regularly without having to fight for it. I'm sure you get at least one more Iron Nail in the game just by playing it and, you know, looting it from a chest somewhere. But, yeah, if you want to do the Dodgy Dave quest right now, or at least the second trading quest there, you're probably gonna need to grind on Clockwork Cuckoos here. Once again, though, a 6.25% chance of getting an iron nail, so it's pretty damn likely to happen if you just grind them for a bit here. Either way, that's enough talk of that. I've been talking a lot about numbers and statistics here now. Although, you know, it's not like the facts that I've told you are useless facts. That chest over there is a seed of... Never mind, that is not a seed of anything, that is a mini medal there. But yeah, you need the magic key to actually access that chest. And beyond, well, even further out there to the east, yeah, all the way out there in the forest, you will find a ring of agility out there. Once again, you need the magic key for that chest as well. And yeah, here we have a very nasty enemy, the Chimera, all the way over there on the right side. He is quite tough. I'm actually going to use the power throw here, and I hope Jessica uses the Twin Dragon Lash on the Chimera. One thing worth noting here is that the Clockwork Cuckoos are actually immune to wind damage, so Yang's Thin Air cannot hurt them. So yeah, finally there is one enemy which can stand up to Yang's here. A little bit, at the very least. And if the Chimera uses the... well, it has a breath attack that deals around 30 damage to all of your party members, which is quite nasty, I gotta say. Quite nasty indeed. And there you go, finally. Oh no. Yeah, see, that hurts. If you fight more than one Chimera at a time, like, let's say there are 3 of them, then I strongly suggest you take control of your party members. Strongly suggest. And let's see. I kinda just want to put everything into swords, to be honest. So that's what I'm gonna do. And he's now a proficient swordsman, and he learns the Dragon Slash. That's actually gonna be useful up ahead, like many hours up ahead, but still. You'll see more about that later, I guess, or you'll see what I mean later. And I gotta say, the heal all command here is quite nice, but now Angelo is out of mana. All freaking ready. Holy crap. Yeah, the enemies here are seriously dangerous, so once we are done, or once we have gotten the Seed of Agility here, I'm probably just gonna have to whisk my way back with the... or with a Chimera Wing. Yes, I see, look at this. Once again, a really dangerous fight here. Gonna make everyone follow my orders, indeed, and... oh, all these tree faces. Yeah. Use the Thin Air, and I'm gonna actually want to use the Twin Dragon Lash on... well, let's just take this Chimera, I guess. And Angelo, I'm gonna go ahead and use Dazzle on the tree faces. Yeah, the Dazzle spell won't work on the Flame Breath from the Chimeras, so keep that in mind. I don't think you can use the Silence spell on them either. But yeah, I want to dazzle the trees so that they can't hit me. There you go, yeah. They still can hit you, but it's just way lower. Well, you know, the chances of them hitting has been lowered quite significantly. And yeah, Jessica came out very late there, but there you go. But yeah, don't shy away from using crowd control abilities. They can be very nice, especially this early on in the game, when most enemies aren't very resilient to crowd control spells. Yeah, they get more and more resilient to them the further into the game you get, so better enjoy it now whilst you can. And crap, we gotta walk up and around here. Okay, down here. There you go, and now we should be on our merry way here to the chest, and yeah. There we go, defeated those guys, and yeah, what was I saying there? Dang it, I forgot what I was saying before we got into the fight. Yeah, but the final chest is gonna be down here, and there's also a unique monster. Yeah, we can see him right now. The archer guy here. From what I remember, he ain't too bad. I think he has a high chance of poisoning you, but that's about it. And there you go. Took those assholes out. And you know what, here. We should probably start using our medicinal herbs instead of using our mana to heal. Oh yeah, no, I remember. I was gonna talk about the alchemy pot. That's right. Yeah, yeah. The medicinal herb is done now, so I should probably go and put in another one. Ouch! And this guy actually kind of hurts. But I don't remember there being anything special about him. You should be able to just, well, mash your way through this fight. I don't think he can actually do anything that dangerous to you. I guess he's already down. Quite easy. And yeah, his experience and goal reflects it. But he's got a copper monster coin, so it is still worth coming out here to get him. But mainly what I am here for is the agility seed. Yeah, see where we are now. You should probably recognize where we're at. We're on the other side of the suit of chainmail, which we got in the last episode. And yeah, we're gonna cut this out too. There you go. The enemies have been defeated. They didn't even get in damage, and a Chimera Wing. That's unfortunate. I would really like to get another Iron Nail here. That sure would be swell if you could make another Reinforced Boomerang. You know, and turn it into the other day, because I think I said so in the last episode, but he will actually give you 1200 gold for it, so yeah, finding a nail right now is gonna be a big boost of money. And if you don't, well, we can just come back and trade it in later. It's not a big deal, I guess, but, you know, insane. And nice, a 2 agility boost there. And you know what? I could zoom back to the... You know what? I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, you know what? Screw this. I was gonna say I'm just gonna walk back, but you know what? We're gonna use the Chimera Wing here on the Riverside Chapel just so that I get to show it off. You can actually teleport back here to the church, which is quite nice. So, I'm gonna see you outside here in a bit, and then we're gonna follow the road there due east, and there are 2 more chests to grab and 1 more unique monster. So yeah, I'll see you outside after I've rested up. Okay, we have rested up, and it is now time we head on out east. And you know, did we read this sign before? Well, on to Ascantha then. Okay, yeah, so just check my notes again. We're just gonna follow the road here. And once we have gone far enough... 2 Winkies and a Puppeteer, but yeah, once we have gone far enough to the east, we're gonna come... Or we'll spot a beach, basically. And on that beach, we'll have the unique enemy Robster. And... Well, nice, now we got to show that off. So yeah, as you can see, the Puppeteers can be distracting too, but once again, though, I don't think he can come with dangerous enemies besides him. Like, if he had Yargons or something, then he might be slightly more dangerous, but no, I don't think he can. But yeah, down on that beach, we have the unique monster Robster and a Seed of Defense. So yeah, let's just head on down there now, and then there's gonna be a chest containing some money outside of the Ascantha castle, like behind it on the right side. Yeah, I'll just show you, but yeah, for now, let's just enjoy the scenery here. And yeah, it's pretty nice looking out here, I gotta say. Yeah, once again, I think they really nailed the aesthetics here in the game. Like, you know, yeah, the world is so beautiful. I really love it. I mean, and I've spoken about this before. You know, the graphics are outdated, yeah, but even so, I really think they did the best with what they had. This just looks lovely in my opinion. And if you have played Dragon Quest XI, yeah, that game is quite beautiful too. And here we have a new enemy, the Bowie. But yeah, the Bowie isn't very dangerous by itself. If he appears here with his whole family, like, yeah, they all have their own... there is like Bowie, Dowie, Lowie, and they all together can form a big enemy together. Yeah, it's weird to describe. You'll see what I mean once we fight their whole family at some point. Yeah, I shouldn't even attempt to explain that one. It's hella weird. Let's see. Are we close to the beach yet? Nope, but we can at least see it. So, I think... Yeah, we'll just stay on the road, actually. We could try walk off-road, but I don't think that's gonna end up well. I might just run into some cliff and won't be able to progress. And yeah, here we have some more knights. Have I really... Yeah, I don't think I've talked about this yet very much. The slime knights, there isn't really too much to talk about them actually. They can use the heal spell, but that's about it. And as you saw, they hit for pretty good damage, you know, but even so, I have the thin air ability, so I don't really care about them. They do sport good experience though, I will say that. Okay, well, let's just check the map again. Yeah, you know what, let's just follow the road. Stop checking the map, follow the road. Just follow the freaking road, and eventually we're gonna head on down to the beach. And you see there we have the castle. And yeah, we have those black banners signifying that the nation is in mourning. M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. Not morning, but mourning. Yeah, see? It's so hard for me to, well, express what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying, though. Mourning and mourning. They are in mourning. They are sad. And there you go, an exciting tale. He just wants to be punished, I guess. Bang! Whipped into shape by the lovely Lady Jessica. And you know what, I'm gonna pick up this milk here too. There's gonna be a particular recipe much later on in the game which I'm actually gonna need milk for. Yeah, and you can also make a shield with milk later on, like 2 bottles of milk and a light shield in the alchemy pot will create a white, well, yeah, a light shield plus 2 bottles of milk will create a white shield, but yeah, more on that later. I will remind you guys of all these things then. But yeah, the white shield can actually be made much earlier on in the game in Pt.10 town if you spend some time doing gambling at the casino, which I will do that for your information. Yeah, especially now, like, since we're on an emulator, I can even use the speed up if I wanted to. People might consider that cheating though, so maybe I can't use that. We'll see how I handle it. The thing is, I feel like I have nothing to prove. Like, I've played this game so many times on the regular PlayStation 2, and, you know, there is no speed up function there. And I've gone through the whole gambling sequence 5-6 times, you know, both in Pt.10 and in the, well, town of Baccarat. You're gonna have to do some gambling there too, but yeah. I've done the whole gambling thing without speed up, and it would be really nice to use it, but we'll see. If I don't use it, well, then I'm just gonna put on something in the background on the TV, so yeah. That's another way you can deal with long, boring grinding sessions. Either way, here we have another level up for Yangus, and as per usual, well, we can't put very many points into fisticuffs, but yeah, there we go. It's a shame to put a hamper on you if you try and mash up, or if you try and progress one particular tree, but at the same time I can see why they did it, but still. Oh, a kisser. Huh. I think the kisser is a regular enemy down in the Pt.10 region. But yeah, they are probably the tamest monster down there. But yeah, here they are sneaking their way up into the Ascantha region. Just a tad bit. And yeah, what the heck is up with my commentary? It's all over the place this morning. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, 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 oy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. There we have Robster. Yeah, let's just change the subject. Here we have freaking Robster. Rabster. Let's get him. Yeah. Do you remember back in Alexandria, down there on the beach, where I talked about how there were dangerous crustaceans? This here is the enemy I was talking about. Except, you know, yeah, those guys are weaker than this guy, but of course, you know. But they have the same skin, if you know what I mean. They look the same. So these kind of lobsters can appear down there, and yeah, they can use the drain magic, much like this guy can. They can strike twice, much like this guy can. So yeah, if you face a lobster back there outside of the, or well, outside on the beach of the Alexandria region, like, take them very seriously. It's a little bit late to talk about that now, but yeah. I got very lucky down there on that beach. I only had to face man-o'-wars, as far as I recall. And they didn't even proc their paralysis on me, so yeah. And I think over here, yeah, this is where the chest is. Quite well hidden. And once we have gotten this, all we gotta do is run on back up to Ascantha Castle and go out on the right side of it, and there should be a chest containing 150 something gold, which isn't too enticing, but I'm just gonna pick it up for the sake of saying that I have done it. Typically I don't pick up that chest because, yeah, it's kind of a waste of time, but yeah. I will do it now just for the let's play sake. And here the King Kelps actually have a really nice rare drop for Jessica. It's like a 0.39% chance that they drop a coral hairpin, which has 20 defense, which is quite nice. However, we will craft a piece of helmet for her with the feathered cap once we get down to Pt.10, which also has 20 defense. But yeah, if you don't have that recipe for the Hermes hat, which I'm gonna make, then if you get lucky and get a coral hairpin here, yeah, that will do just fine too, I suppose. I don't remember if you can use the coral hairpins to craft more things in later on in the game. I think you can, but I don't remember at the top of my head what that would be. Okay, so I just actually looked it up. The coral hairpin can be mixed with a silver platter, and if you do that, you will get a silver tiara, which will have 24 defense. So yeah, that's probably that is the highest armor Jessica can get on the headgear slot at this point in the game. But yeah, you would, first of all, you will have to go down there to the beach and grind for a long time to get a coral hairpin, and not only that, then you will have to go to Pt.10 Casino and gamble for a silver platter, and when you mix those two, you will get the silver tiara, which has 24 defense, which is 4 more than the Hermes hat. So that's pretty nice, but it's a lot of work for a silver tiara. So yeah, I've never actually gotten a silver tiara this early on in the game. And if you're curious, yeah, you can just buy silver tiaras later on in the game from the regular shop, so it's not honestly worth it. It's way too much work. Like, if the silver tiara was something that you could only make, then yeah, sure, it could be cool to make it. But yeah, it just ain't worth it. And yeah, we had a diamond there, a diamond. We will actually see more of them in the next dungeon. We're going to the Witcher's Peak. They are actually quite dangerous. They can deal up to 60 damage. Yeah, so you gotta be careful around them. They have a spell which either will deal 10 or 60 damage, and they can also hit you regularly for around 15 damage or so, I wanna say. So yeah, they're definitely the most dangerous enemy, damage-wise anyways, on top of Witcher's Peak there. And you know what, you guys? I just now realized I have not set the timer. So I have no idea how far into the video I am. Oh my goodness. Oh my freaking goodness. And I have been talking over a lot of fights here. I need to stop doing that. We need to cut shit out here. And you know what? I should probably head on inside the castle first. That way I could just use a Chimera Wing once we have grabbed the chest. But yeah, I'm not that bright, so I'm just gonna run down here. So apparently, the puppeteers can cast Dazzle too. I actually did not know that. Well, you live and learn. But he's done for. The Dazzle spell did not save his life. And we're pretty much done out here. Yeah, I can honestly say I'm ready to start progressing some plot here now. We have been doing a lot of chest looting. Oh my god, here we have a mum. Yeah, we saw that bow before. Here we have a mum. So it's like, yeah, Mumbo Yumbo. Yeah, there you go. That's the four guys' name. Yumbo Mumbo. Yeah, something like that. And if you face all four of them at the same time, they will become this big enemy. Like they will, yeah, the mum will be the middle part, and one will be the left arm, one will be the right arm, and one will be the body. Yeah, they will appear at some point. At some point we will be able to see them all at once. It's not that uncommon. It's gonna happen sooner or later. But there you go. The mum is defeated. And I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. There you go. And please, no more encounters. Please, just let me grab this. Thank you. And 154 gold. I wonder who hid this money here. Like, seriously. Somebody who doesn't trust the banking system, that's for damn sure. And you know what would have been awesome if we had water down here? Like a moat. Although, you know, that's kind of a good point. Why not just dig a moat like this? Like, if the enemy falls down, well, then they just die. Why have a moat with water? Sure, a moat with water will slow the enemy down, but, like, if it's built like this, well, falling down is much more deadly. Am I wrong? Then again, it's probably really hard to build a moat this steep. That's probably the... Yeah, you know what, never mind me. Just never mind me. Angelo's level increases to 15, 5 HP, 6 MP, and some stats, and he learns mid-heal. That is really nice. The mid-heal is much more mana efficient than his regular healing spell. Much more mana efficient. And, okay, nice, he finally gets some bonus damage there when he's wielding sword, so, yeah. And you know what, let's have a look here. Yeah, mid-heal only takes 1 more mana than the regular heal spell, and it heals more than twice as much. So, yeah, there really is no reason to use heal anymore. Honestly, if I were to rebalance this game, I would have made mid-heal cost 4 or maybe even 5 mana. Like, yeah, the regular healing spell, well, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. It should be rebalanced somehow. But at the very least, it should cost 4. If it costs 5, then you would have to rebalance the regular heal spell too. Because otherwise, like, if the regular heal spell is more efficient to cast out of combat, well, then everybody would have to sit there and press the heal spell over and over and over and over again to heal somebody up, and that would be annoying. But yeah, you know, it would have to be annoying in order to be as efficient as possible with your mana, so that's not good balance either. And yeah, what a conversation to have before entering Ascantha. And yeah, here, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna jump down into this well here. And down here, we find a lady's ring. Where have we heard of this ring before? I'll tell ya. In Fairbury, on the upper floor of the inn. So, yeah, this here's the side quest I talked about a long time ago. So, it is now time we go back here and turn it in. And I'm gonna have a chat with this man out here, remember? The guy who always runs from us. Yeah, here, let's see what he has to say now. You'll never guess what. I just found out that the young Albert family girl in Alexandria has run away from home. She must be a right little madame, I'll bet. Or maybe she was unhappy. But how could she just walk out on her family like that? Huh. Well, you know what? He already said this, so okay, he has not been updated yet. Huh. That's a shame. I heard about Colorado when I was back in Alexandria. Some people said he was a genius, and some people said he just talked other nonsense. Now I've heard what happened from you guys. I finally get why people were such totally different. Why people were saying such totally different things about him, yeah. So it was Dol Megas who bumped off old Rylus. What does he think he's playing at, eh? Going around doing stuff like that. And let's see, Angelo here. Fairbury may be big and prosperous, but it doesn't look like there are many places to have fun, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. The right town must be out there waiting for me, somewhere with lots of fun and games, and crowds of beautiful, corruptible young ladies. Any ideas, too? Well, I do have an idea, but yeah. I can't really talk about that, because it's a future town. Oh yeah, and I just remembered something. You can also do this if you don't want Tude out in the front, like, let's say you just want Angelo to run around with, well, you can just move around like this. And sometimes you will get different conversations from certain characters depending on who you're running around with out here in the front, if that makes sense. In Pt.10, for example, you know, the bandit town where Yangis comes from, if you have him running out ahead of the party, you will get some unique conversations too, I recall. But here, as you remember before, if you turn back the ring to this guy here, he won't, or he doesn't want you to tell his wife that you found the ring. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to talk to this lady first this time and see if anything different happens. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to come back during the daytime. So, you know what? Let me just rest up here. Okay, so it's now daytime and the lady is by the table. Let's see. How could anyone be so spiteful? The great Kalerasha, they said, back to his former glory. So he asked him to have... Yeah, we already read this. Yeah, oh, you can show her the lady's ring. I've always just shown it to her husband. But, yeah, then, once again, he does not seem happy to get the ring back. So this is gonna be new to me. Goodness me, is that my ring? No, my ring is far grander than that. And anyways, that one's too small for my finger. Okay. Oh my god. So, Kalerasha was right then. The design is similar, but it's certainly not my ring. Oh, I wish I knew where it was. Huh. What? Interesting. I've never seen that piece of dialogue before. You know what? Let me talk to her again. Okay, yeah, no. Nothing really happened. So I'm just gonna have to try and find her husband and give it to him. And you know what? I'm just gonna have to sleep until nighttime again, I think. So yeah, I'll see you again on the upper floor. Okay, back here again. So even though that was an amusing piece of dialogue, yeah, we're gonna need, or well, we're gonna end up having to give the ring back to her husband. Yes, I want to show him the ring. It's the ring, but how do you... No, that's impossible. It looks just like the one I lost. But it can't be the same. Please don't tell my wife about any of this. I'll give you this. Huh. So, yeah. You do have to give it to him. And you also get to keep the ring, but it only has 2 defense, so, you know, it's kinda sad. Can anyone use it, by the way? Well, I mean, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, that's for sure. Let's just equip it. And, yeah, also, we also have the gold rosary here, which increases your wisdom by 5 points. I'm thinking... Well, you know what, I'd rather have the defense on Jessica. You know, just 5 wisdom ain't enough. But yeah, we're going back to Ascantha. I'll see you there during the daytime. Okay, we're back in Ascantha, and so, before we do anything, there are a few items I want to loot in here. There are like 3 mini-medals in total. One is in one of these houses, and then the remaining 2 are gonna be inside of the castle. And yeah, here's the first one, nice. Let's talk to this little boy here. I'm fed up with always being indoors, I want to go and play outside. Huh. And who's this? Oh, you're not from around here, are you? Whatever brings you to a place like this. I don't want to speak out of turn, but you should leave now, as soon as you can. Ah, stop being so melodramatic. And you know what? Here. Okay, just some rennet powder. If only the king would get better again. It's been 2 years now. And everyone is so gloomy. We all have to wear these morning clothes, huh? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, just checking my notes again. There are some plain clothes inside of that house there that you could get, but yeah, it's 15 gold if you sell it, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna visit the shops here before we head on inside the castle. And let's see. Yeah, this is where you get your first bow if you want to level up bows on Angelo, and it's actually gonna be a +6 damage from the regular rapier he's wearing right now. It shows only +1 damage, but you gotta remember that he just got +5 from the sword tree, so that's why. And the edged boomerang was even more expensive than I thought. Holy crap, dude. The steel broadsword is a nice sword, but I'm not gonna buy that either. It's really expensive and we would lose damage either way. The edged boomerang you could buy now, because we're gonna need it much later on in the game for a crafting recipe. So I might actually go ahead and grab this now. I think I will actually. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. It's a little bit wasteful, but you know what? Just so that it's done for the future, I'm gonna grab it. And let's see. If I remember correctly, there is a really nice armor here that I would like to grab. Oh yeah, here it is. The bronze armor for the hero is immensely strong for this point in the game, and it is totally worth 840 gold. And yeah, my Tuur only has a leather armor. So, yeah. I think he deserves an upgrade. And we're gonna go ahead and... Ooh, now this looks all ugly here. And we still have our plain cheese. Well... whatever. Oh, whoops. I was not done purchasing goods, madame. Let's see. Yeah, we also had the leather dress, which is quite nice for Jessica. And it's really cheap, too. But there's gonna be a much better armor down in Pickham that we're gonna get soon. So I think I'm just gonna save my money there. The Iron Cuirass is a nice piece of armor for Yangus, but he's already at such high defense that I don't really see the point. However... you could later on upgrade this in the alchemy pot with some silver platters from the Pickham Casino and turn it into a silver cuirass, which would be a serious defense upgrade. Like a serious defense upgrade, but it will require you to grind in the casino, so yeah. To me, I'm gonna show, or well, for my sake, or for, well, in my playthrough, I'm gonna show you how to craft another armor, which doesn't have as much physical defense as the silver cuirass, but it's gonna give you magic resistances instead. And yeah, here you finally can buy bronze shield, but yeah, see, they are so expensive, so it's much better to craft them like we did. And yeah, I guess that's it then. I guess that is it, so I guess I was done in the shop then. Let's see here, yeah. Just like that, and yeah, now he looks really cool all of a sudden. Quite nice, quite nice, quite nice. And you know what? I'll just go into the alchemy pot here real quick. Okay, so let's see. There we have the inn. There is nothing inside of the inn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and enter the castle. And here we have two mopey guards. Let's try and have a chat. Ascantha is in a period of official mourning for our late queen. Oh, I see. So, your queen has died. Don't go making any unnecessary noise. Yeah, that would be rude. But we're gonna need to enter here on the left side of the castle, because this is where we have our mini medal. And the second mini medal is gonna be on the third floor, I wanna say. Second or third one. And, let's have a look here. There's not much work for me to do with everyone just praying, so I try to pass the time with idle chit-chat. Okay. When I was a child, I never missed a chance to go off climbing mountains and swimming in rivers. I'd often make a right mess of my clothes and then come home to an ear bending from my mom. Okay. Well, that was a weird conversation, but thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing, bro. Okay, so yeah, now we're gonna head on up here to the second floor. Once again, there might be some items to loot here, but I'm just gonna head on up to the third floor. And let's see, I don't remember in which of these two rooms the mini medal is in, but it's in one of these two, I know that. So I'm just gonna do some trial and error here. And okay, nice. So there we go. We have gotten all mini medals from this town here now. So let's just head on up to the next floor. Or actually, you know what? We could head on in here too. Just explore the castle, you know. Show off some rooms. This here's actually the diner hall. Yeah. We'll come in here later. Let's see. Up one more floor. And yeah, here is the king's throne room. Let's have a chat with the chancellor here. Ah, it's most unusual for us to have visitors here. Welcome to Ascantha. Regrettably, you'll find us in mourning for our late queen, so the king is presently unavailable. I'm afraid I must request that you leave. You know what? Let's talk to our team here. Must be a funeral, I suppose. Crikey, look at all them miserable faces. Anyone would think someone had died. Oops. I suppose someone has. So, you're supposed to say a few words or something, ain't ya? At a funeral, I mean. Right then, here goes. I hope wherever it will be, very happy in or, I suppose, new place, resting place. No, resting place. You suck at morning speaks, Yangus. And then he picks his nose and flicks it at Jessica. What the flippin' fuck? Oh, Yangus. Everyone's dressed in black. They all look so sad. It reminds me of when Alistair died. I don't know what to say, Jessica. Oh, this is why I ain't good with women. I thought I'd seen the last of black cloaks and grey mantles when I left the abbey. Still, morning dress does have some redeeming features. I spy some strikingly pretty faces amidst the drab tones. Perhaps I might be able to cheer one or two of them up. Oh, Angelo. This is not the time or place for this kind of behavior. Yeah, Angelo is definitely your horn dog of the group here. Gotta have one of those.
Are you feeling all right, Your Majesty? It's me, Emma, the maid. I see you haven't eaten any of the lunch I brought you, Your Majesty. I'll be sure to bring you your favorite for supper. Please, Your Majesty. Please answer me. I just want to make sure you're all right. Very well. I'll leave you in peace. Excuse me.
So yeah, I really feel bad for her, but it is time we end this episode now. Yeah, the king won't see anybody. And yeah, this episode is getting on up there in time, and there's gonna be some dialogue here now, so I think it's a good stopping point here. And then, yeah, we're gonna find out if there's anything we can do for this nation in mourning. So yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 11 of Draqon State, here at the Cursed King. We'll progress the plot some more, and eventually we'll head down to my favorite town in the entire game, Pickham. See you guys then.